NFL Nation, how you doing? Come on in. Welcome to As the NFL Turns, baby. Week 18 is here, baby. And listen, a lot of things still have to be settled. We had some games yesterday. We had a battle in the NFC South. One team won, but neither team made the damn playoffs. Make it make sense. I don't understand it, man. What the hell is going on, baby? So the two teams played yesterday are now be on their couch watching and pulling for one of the other teams in the NFC South. Man,
who also cannot win the South.
who cannot win the South. How about that? That is crazy, man. And of course, we're going to talk about that performance last night, man. Listen, shout out to the Seattle Seahawks, who last night clinched the #1 seed and their first NFC West title since 2020 with the win over the 49ers. And it wasn't a win. That was a dominant defensive performance by Seattle. And by the way, the 49ers defense only gave up 13. That was a good defense performance, but Seattle, man, that defense was on another level last night. So I asked this question, and we're going to get to that game. Matter of fact, that's going to be the first game we touch on. I'm going to ask this question. Did they peak too soon? Did they peak too soon with their performance? Just a question out there. Shout out to the 12-man favorite, man, one of our favorites on the show. Shout out to Megan. Congratulations on the #1 seed and winning the NFC West, Megan. All right, family. So, man, Carlos, man, like I said, let's talk about this game first, man.
Let's get it, man.
The floor is yours, man, because I was highly impressed with the defensive performance by the Seattle Seahawks.
I mean, I was impressed as well. And they battled their asses off. And this looks like a championship football defense, right? And my only concern for this particular team was, hey, Sam Darnold in the offense. Well, it's not bad when you just hand the ball off to Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. They handle business per usual. And I didn't think about that aspect. I just kept saying Sam Darnold. Well, duh. A way to make Sam Darnold more comfortable is by running that football. And they did that. Time of possession. You don't give the Niners any kind of hope to come back in this game if you have the ball the whole damn time. So, I mean, when there's a 2-for-1 pretty much time possession in favor of Seattle, you keep that football. You don't put Sam Darnold in any bad situations. Rarely was it their third and long, but when it was third and long, they found ways to pick it up. Unique ways to pick it up. But this defense, you got to just show all kind of love to this defense, because the last time they played an NFC West matchup, they gave it 37 to the Rams, though. So you're thinking, okay, and that was also an overtime game as well. But you're thinking to yourself, man, like, San Fran's going to put some points up. Can Seattle do that? No. They went into San Francisco, the hottest offense in the league over the last 2 months of the season, and straight up dominated, man. Straight up dominated. And there was no way, somewhere in that fourth quarter, like early fourth quarter, I said there's no way the Niners can win this game, because Seattle is not giving up the big play. They're not. They're going to make you dink it and dunk it. And I said it on my live stream. I said when you have to dink and dunk for about 12, 13, 14 plays, you are probably going to make a mistake, And guess what? When it got to the red zone for the first time and got to the goal line, the mistake was throwing it to McCaffrey. He couldn't hold on to the football, and it went to a linebacker's hand for an interception. That was pretty much the game, because in the NFL, these guys are so smart, they're so strong, they're so talented, they're so physical, that if you start to just go ahead and get 5 yards here, 6 yards there, 7 yards here, 3 yards there, you will make a mistake. That's how the NFL goes, and Seattle was not giving the big play. And shout to their D-line as well. McCaffrey, 23 yards rushing, he couldn't get going at all in this game. Even when he had his little catches, he couldn't break a tackle, and that's very unusual. That means it's a sure tackling team. They're dominating on defense, and they went to your house and did that. Well, now they ain't got to worry about that for the rest of the season. We'll be in our house now in the 12th man, very comfortable. And since they got that, I mentioned on our show last week, since they got that, because I was concerned. I said, well, what if Seattle doesn't win the #1 seed? I'm not quite sure about this team. But if they do win the #1 seed, I like this team chances going to the Super Bowl because of their dominant defense and that fan base behind them going crazy. So the defense really showed out. They're long, they're lengthy, they got great ball skills, they're fast, they're young, they're competitive, and I like what I'm seeing in Seattle right now from that defensive side. Offense, as long as you run that football, bring that running game, bring the defense, you should be good in the playoffs.
And for the first time since 2022, Christian McCaffrey did not force a missed tackle.
Nope. Crazy.
That was the first time that happened to him since week 12 of the 2022 season. So again, shout out to that Seahawks defense, as Carlos just said, championship caliber defense. But Carlos, all that said, is going to come down to one thing tomorrow. Next week, in 2 weeks, it's going to come down to Sam Darnold. 20 of 26, 198 yards, QB rating of 97. He completed 76% of his passes, but no touchdowns, no intercepts. With this defense, right now, he just has to steady the ship. Because when you look at this team, we know they're solid on all phases, in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. Rashid Shaheed gives them that home run hit on special teams anytime he touches the ball on kickoff or punt returns. You got the two-headed monsters with Chauvinet and Kenny Walker III, and you got that young beast out there and Jackson Smith and Nick Bull. And again, Sam Darnold has made history. He's the first quarterback to quarterback two teams in consecutive years to 12 wins or more. Last year, and we said it yesterday, Carlos, when you were on, you say last year he was in the same spot and he failed. He didn't fail this year because that defense, and look, he made the plays, the necessary plays he needed to make for them to win yesterday. And we're being joined by our brother. Well, he just jumped off. Cowboy, where you at, baby? All right, Cowboy, I'll be right back in.
But no, what I like though from all three phases, the D-line, linebackers, and the secondary, they're all on the same page for Seattle. They stuck to their game plan. McDonald was a great defensive coordinator for the Ravens, coming over now and pretty much being the DC for the Seattle team, and it's showing, man. It's showing, and you see what Baltimore's going through this year on defense, right? So it's showing he's got this team glued up at the right time too, and I don't give a damn about a bye week, and it could be rest over rust. I don't care about that. Get your bye week, get your relaxation on because you earned that. You heal up, and then you have the 12th man for the rest of the season, right? And you're right. There will be a time where it comes down to Sam Darnold, but there's also a chance that you can make that not happen, right? Yeah. If you're Seattle, just play how you've been playing. Play great defense and run the football and get Sam Darnold in third and comfortable, third and short. Because San Fran wasn't boasting a great defense. We knew about that. And it came to a point where I felt like Seattle was about to shoot themselves in the foot a few times because you didn't want to let San Fran back in the game. And that made it even more remarkable that Seattle never let San Francisco back in the game because Seattle wasn't putting them away like you thought they should. They had their opportunities, missing field goals. That first drive of the game, they went first and goal from the one. You want to play action and you get a sack. What are you doing, man? Just run the ball for a touchdown. So they were letting San Fran hang around. Yeah. But credit to their defense, they bit, but they never broke at all in this game. And I that's a scary thing because that was on the road, though, dog. That was a road performance.
Yes, that's what makes it even more.
That was a playoff de facto game. It really was, and we saw our best versus your best, although you didn't have Trent Williams in that game and Ricky Pearsall, Niners has been banged up all season long. So it's even incredible. They're even in this
position,
in this position, right? So, but Seattle's like, yo, when it's all said and done, we went on the road and took care of business, and now we'll have to reap our benefits, get our flowers, and be at home for the rest of the season. So
both teams came in on a 6-game winning streak. 49ers offense came in humming.
Yes.
So either without their left tackle and their number one receiver, there was no excuses for San Francisco. Seattle went in there and they straight beat them. Yeah. That's all to it. They straight beat them. You had Brock Purdy, you had Christian McCaffrey, you had Kittles, you had Jennings. You couldn't get the job done. So now you have to play wild card weekend. I can see this as a possible NFC championship game. I can, because though we all thought the Rams were the cream of the crop, we don't know what we're going to get from them week for week. And again, really, it's the entire NFL, man. You know, I believe in, as a fan of the NFL, I love that there is not one team that you can just put your finger on and say, man, they're guaranteed to be in the NFC or AFC championship or the Super Bowl, because you don't know. But we'll start to find out next week, man. And again, shout out to the Seahawks. Congratulations, because no one had them winning the NFC, the number one seed in the NFC at the beginning of the season. I know I didn't, but you know, you're gonna have those out there who will not all of a sudden with Nostradamus and say that they did. But congratulations, man. Man, let's move on to the game that started the evening, Carlos. As we go there, let's talk about the game that started week 18 and 16-14 Tampa Bay over Carolina. What was your thoughts on this one, Carlos?
This game was ugly. It was ugly, as it should have been. This game was ugly. I'm gonna tell you right now. The Buccaneers are very fortunate to get out of this game. And it's sad because even with the win, now you gotta wait, and you gotta, they're the biggest New Orleans Saints fans right now in the world, and the Carolinas the biggest Atlanta Falcons fans, which is crazy, ridiculous.
Crazy.
Who would have thought it came down to Saints versus Falcons, right? But the rivalry continues. Another headline for our rivalry, right?
Yes.
But ain't got nothing to do with us going to the playoffs, which is crazy.
We can care less.
We can care less, right? But at the end of the day, though, Buccaneers got a desperate win against that Panthers team. Jekyll and Hyde, man. We don't know what we're getting on a week-to-week basis with this team. We know we're giving the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to be real. The Buccaneers make the playoffs, man. They getting bumped out in the first round, most likely. They're probably playing either the Niners or the Rams, and so whatever. But when you're talking about the Panthers, if they can make it in with a Falcons win, then the Panthers have a decent shot of being an upset-minded team, but you're going to get a division winner that's under 500.
Yes.
And probably most likely one and done, but who knows? That's why you play the games. But in this particular matchup, man, the Bucs they did what they had to do. They had to get a win. It was desperate. It was ugly. It was rainy. It was nasty. Guys were taking off their gloves, trying to catch bare hands. Like, oh my God, I haven't caught my bare hands in 15 years. Hey, man, catch the damn ball. Come on. Stop all that playing, man. They made it such a big deal on the game. The guys are taking their gloves off now. Well, I mean, you should be able to catch with your bare hands, right? You are a receiver. So, anyways, but the Buccaneers made it ugly. Panthers made it ugly. Turnovers were there. Somebody had to win. Let's just keep it real. Yeah, somebody had to win. Somebody had to lose. And the Buccaneers fortunately won that. And the Panthers, you win this game, there is no Saints versus Falcons to determine your destiny. You got to win that game, and that's the Jekyll and Hyde part of everything. Like, do we really think the Panthers or even the Buccaneers are good enough to make it past the second round? And I don't think they are at all, man. And this game itself showed it as well. Honestly, the Saints, if we can vote for an NFC South representative right now, most people probably voting for the Saints or the Falcons again instead of the Panthers.
They're the two best teams right now.
It's you've never seen that before, though, Dolph. Like, at the end of the year, the two best teams in your division aren't going to the playoffs. The two worst teams are the ones that's representing your playoff hopes for your division, and it's rare to see that. So hopefully for the Falcons and the Saints, it could be something for next year. They can get back right for those teams. But anyways, it was an ugly matchup. The Buccaneers won the ugliness, man, and now everything awaits on Saints versus Falcons, man. The rivalry continues, bro.
And Cowboy, what was your thoughts on this game? Then I got one point I'd like to make before we move on.
I want to make sure everybody can hear me right now.
Yes, sir.
I'm coming through. Okay, good. I'm trying out something new. Hence the fact that I'm late. Sorry about that. I'm late today, but Guys, I'm excited about today, man. I really am.
Hold on. Before you get started, bro. Hold on. Boy, you clean, boy. I gotta get it, boy. I like that. Boy, you clean, baby.
This is rivalry.
I see you, boy. You clean, boy.
You got to stand up for this rivalry, man. The Saints-Falcons rivalry, man. You're talking about the best rivalry in the NFL, bar none. I don't care what nobody's saying about Chicago and Green Bay, Dallas, San Fran. I do not care. This is the rivalry of all rivalries. The Saints versus the Falcons. Falcons versus the Saints. We just need to keep the refs out of it. Just have a good game, man, and like we always do, make it close. A close defensive game, great offensive output, man. I really don't even want to talk about no other team today. I give my input, but man, I am stoked about this game today, man. And I hope everybody else ready to see this game, man. The NFL is ready to see it, but the NFL is right where everybody didn't predict, rather. But the NFL wants it like this, like you said earlier, dog. And like you two was talking about, man. Nobody knows who's going to win right now. You know, everybody's playoff bracket right now is blown up. I mean, this is one of those seasons where you can't put money up right now, to be honest with you. You can speculate, but you can't put money up. But, man, I'm so stoked to see this game today, man. I'm ready. Last game of the season. I should have been there. Life kept happening. It didn't happen. But next season, guys, I'm back to being a season ticket holder. I'm back. That's good.
All right. Yeah, next season, I think I'm going to try to make the game out there next season. One of my bucket lists. All right, man. So listen, now, before we move on, here are a couple plays that stood out to me. Right before the half, Carolina's offense finally got rhythm. They're moving down the field, and Bryce Young throws a horrible-ass intercept that is picked off by, I believe it was Parrish for the Buccaneers. The ball was late. It was inside instead of being outside. That was a horrible turnover. And then you're inside the opponent's 15, 20-yard line in the red zone, and you are attempting as a play caller to call the damn flea flicker. I did not even though dog he lost his footing, he shouldn't have tried to throw it. He should have just held the ball. But I didn't like that play call. That was not the right time, in my opinion, for that play call. And Bryce Young, you got to have a more sense of urgency to get on that ball. But all that said and done, they still had an opportunity to win this game. And I said it during the telecast. Bryce Young plays better when they go up tempo and he's not thinking as much.
Yeah.
When he just is out there playing and just the offense is sped up, the tempo is sped up. And you saw, listen, he made a big time throw. I don't care who it is. You can name any quarterback you want. That forward down 30-plus yard reception, that hookup he made with Teteron McMillan, that was a hell of a throw. And it was on forward down. They needed it. And then the touchdown to Coker, who went up and caught it in the left corner of the end zone, just playing basketball, boxed out the defender. But again, missed opportunities. And what many people aren't talking about also was the missed field goal by Fitzgerald. If he makes that field goal, we could be sitting here today talking about the Carolina Panthers as the NFC South champions instead of having to wait for the Falcons to win the day. Wow.
Oh, wait, what? What did you say? What?
I say they're waiting for the Falcons to have to win today. That's what I say. Let's get to it, baby. He ready? I'm ready. We ready. Let's get to it, baby. Let's get to it, baby. Let's get to it. Game, there we is, right there. This should be a 325 game with the
it should be
implications they got, baby. So I'm gonna start with the Cowboy. Cowboy, go ahead, man. You take this with
Hey, like I said earlier, man, I'm just ecstatic about this game as always when it comes down to this rivalry, man. I just hate that they don't boost it the way the NFL doesn't market it the way it should be. But you're talking about one of the long-standing rivalries since 1967, since you guys came into the league, man. I mean, it's been a great series. It's no back like other series rivalries in the league where teams bounce back from one rivalry to another with another team. It hasn't been that with us in the Saints. It's been steady rivalry from beginning to inception to today. So you're talking about one of the longest rivalries in NFL history, and they don't market it. The marketing is there, the fanship is there, the players is there. I mean, both of us are in this bottom of the league tier type of, but we still the best in the division. So I mean, we should be boosted, bar none. I mean, like the title says, man, the best rivalry ever, bar none, and the NFL needs to get on board. Let's get it.
All right, man. Listen, even in the heydays of the Falcons and the Saints, I'm talking about Drew Brees and Matt Ryan. The league still didn't promote this rivalry. They still didn't. You know, they have slept on this rivalry, and for everyone who doesn't know, it's 57-56 Falcons. Yeah. And that's courtesy of their Week 12 victory. You can't get no closer than this, man.
Can't get no closer.
It's been a back and forth rivalry. Like I stated, man, you have family members now from both fan bases who are like family. They have become that close from seeing each other twice a year.
Yeah.
And this game means a lot. It's going to be a college football atmosphere. That's what I'm saying. This is not going to be an NFL atmosphere. This is going to be a college football atmosphere. You're going to have music blaring. You're going to have towers waving. You're going to have fans bases screaming their lungs out, man. It's going to be crazy. You would think today's game would be a game that they're playing for seasons in the playoff, but they're not. It's just Falcons. It's just Saints. And there'll be no excuses. B. John Robinson, let me just say, that young man is special. I like I said, I hate it when he went to the Falcons, but as a lover of football, I love to see this young man play football. He went crazy Monday night. He won't go crazy today, though.
Hey, man. Hey, I don't know.
We can't stop him. We're gonna try to slow him down, man. But that kid is special, man. And listen, on the Saints side, let's see if Tyler Shuck is able to pull this off today with the limited amount of ammunition that he has at his disposal today.
Yeah.
Man, sign me up, not just for next year. Sign me up for the quarterback going forward. The future is now. It is even with a loss today, the future is him, man. They got to build around this kid, man.
Hey, I've been telling y'all that for a while, man. I saw this kid first game, man, and I was surprised that a lot of Saints fans did not jump on board with this guy. I mean, I know everybody's calling for I forgot the other kid's name, but Rattler. But Rattler's a great quarterback. I'm not taking nothing from him. But Tyler shows something different in the pocket, man. I mean, the way he orchestrates, and if he's able to dissect our secondary with his skills, man, I'm telling you guys, this guy here is going to be that guy for you guys, man. They need to build around him. They need to develop him right. Don't just throw him to the wolves. They need to develop him right. Get him different in the offseason. Give him different looks from opposing defenses. Give him whether it be the fast pace, because it's always a good defensive game against us. Between the Falcons and the Saints. So they need to give this kid different looks in the offseason. Get him used to seeing different defenses week in and week out, and build and develop him slowly. But this is gonna be the great game for him, man.
Man, just looking forward to it. Carlos, and look who's in the building, baby. Host to come on in, Bills, baby. Nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. They better circle it to the Super Bowl this year while there's no Mahomes in there. That's what I do. What's going on, Jeremy?
What's up, fam?
What's going on, Jeremy?
Yes. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Tyler Shuck in the Falcons, man. That's gonna be an exciting game. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that one. Of all the games on the slate that aren't Bills, which is obviously on the one, that is the game I'm looking forward to the most. I love both these teams right now, the way they're playing. And Kirk Cousins, man, I don't know. Most expensive backup in the league. So curious to see what the Falcons throw out. But I loved Spencer Rattler. Tyler Shuck, though, man, he has put that team on his back, and he is every bit the real deal, which I can't help but wonder. When you play football in college for like 7 years, does that change the way you see the game? Is he that much better of a quarterback because he has so much experience in college?
I'm gonna say no. And see, that's what a lot of people say. He played 7 years in college, but he didn't play that many games in college. Spencer Rattler played more games in college.
Yeah. But that's becoming the norm now, though, isn't it?
It's just what it is everybody look at his age. Oh, he's 26. He's been in the college. It was
got more experience.
Yeah, that they automatically think that's more experience. That's not more game experience. Game experience is game experience, and he doesn't have that. But what he does have is, like, I got to give it to Louis Riddick. Louis Riddick, and shout out to my brother Dante of East Coast Gridiron. Those are the two gentlemen who I respect a lot that identified Tyler Shuck last year in their mind as the best or one of the best quarterbacks in the draft. Mm-hmm. They have been on Tyler Shuck the entire time. When we were at the Senior Bowl, Dante and I were sitting, we were talking, we were watching Tyler Shuck, and he was explaining to me everything about this kid. I watched this kid. I came back, and like I told the family, like, hey, this kid here, whoever gets him, and like when I interviewed him right after the Senior Bowl, and like I told him, and I said, whatever team gets you is going to be very fortunate to have you in their building. Yeah. Little did I know it would be us, but I'm happy as hell it's us. I'm happy as hell that is us, man. But again, looking forward to this game, man. And the day does matter because you're putting on display, you're putting your resume on display today for 31 other teams. So a lot of people are like, today doesn't matter. It matters to those guys. You're going to have guys called up from the practice squad who haven't had the opportunity to play that much. Today is their showcase game. Today is the day where they get to show what they have, and they get to represent themselves, their families, and everyone who helped them to get to this stage. So the day does matter. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, when I first saw this kid throwing, though, before he came to the NFL, right? What I first noticed about him was his accuracy, right? But I was looking like, okay, anybody can be accurate without pressure on him. But now that he's gotten pressure on him, oh my goodness, I mean, he's wowing me even more. You know what I mean? So I mean, like I was saying earlier, if he gets developed right, man, I think this kid he'll be right. I'm just waiting to see what he develops into the future of next season, because I'm sure this division will not go down like it went down this season. There's no way it can. I mean, I think it'd be more competitive. It'll probably be even more slated evenly, and it'd be more 500 ball than as opposed to people playing 2 or 3 games beyond 500. I think it'll be more competitive next season.
Yes, sir. I do as well.
To have, I know this is as NFL terms. I know we're diehard Saints and Falcons fans, but it tells you how mid Week 18 resume actually is. We're spending about 20 minutes talking about Falcons and Saints team that have no chance of making the playoffs at all.
Eliminated.
But fighting for a chance to get somebody else in. So it tells you that there's still a storyline with the Saints and Falcons, which is why we're talking about it so much. But it's cool to see that. As far as Tyler Shuck's development, I'm loving what I'm seeing. I was one of the ones that was kind of scratching my head in the beginning, like, why did we get this kid? But now I'm looking at it. Hey, I eat my words up, and I stand corrected, man. The kid has been amazing. And like Cowboy said, even when they throw pressure on him now, this kid is a 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4 read quarterback. I love that. I love that. That means he's got his nose in those dang books. He's watching video, watching tape, and he's getting better at it every single time. So you want to throw him to the Wolves, but I think the Wolves are already there, and with more talent around him for next season, things are looking up for this kid, man. And and he's one of those COVID babies. That COVID year gave a lot of guys extra years. It was just that's how it is, injuries and COVID. So that's why he spent those 7 years in college, and that's for a lot of people. But a lot of folks don't have the talent to make it to the NFL. They just want to stay in college for 7 years and get some good NIL money, and then probably work at Walmart when it's all said and done. This kid knew, hey man, I got the talent, and it showed.
You right among the NIL money, you ain't gonna have to work at Walmart.
It depends on the person. It depends on the person. I know a lot of folks that got paid under the table, and they working at Kroger right now. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
hey, you was the
yeah,
man, homie. In high school,
yeah,
you was the man, homie. What the
yeah,
happened to you? Yeah, so
yeah.
I know a lot of guys that had that talent, man, but their mentality, they had Kroger or at Market Basket right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, we talking about pressure that he may be facing. Today he certainly will be facing it. We're bringing in guys like Kobe Bryant, who's supposed to be the ball hawk of the draft that we got last year. I think that Jesse Bates he'll be being the experienced ball hawk himself. And then we got Billy Bowman. Well, Billy Bowman is out. Got the other Xavier Watts. You know, he's the other corner safety back there. So he's gonna have his hands full today with looking forward as far as pressure. So I'm looking for how he interacts with it and dissect that too. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this game, man. Let's get it.
Hey, regardless of what happens, both these teams are going to look at this as a stepping tool for next season. Because we feel like Saints and Falcons, we feel like we're the best two teams in this division, although we're represented in the playoffs. We feel like right now, currently, we are the two best teams in the division. So a lot to go on. And like I said, like Dolph said, 31 teams are looking at these other players too. So you're going to perform, and it's going to feel like a playoff game, albeit it won't be, but we'll just be helping somebody else get the playoffs. It's weird.
Yeah.
All right. Let's keep it rocking and rolling, man. These other games don't have much, so we can go by them pretty quick, man. We have the Browns taking on the Bengals. Biggest question for Dolph and company. I'm going to talk with Jeremy first. Jeremy, is Myles Garrett getting that sack record, man?
I hope so. I really hope he does. I mean, the guy's just a game wrecker. And for him to not get it would be disappointing. To be that close and to have to just get one more sack with like 3 games left, 2.5 games left, and not being able to do it. I think he gets it. I think he gets it today, but I'm going to be sad if he doesn't get it because he's certainly earned it and deserves to have that record. And regardless, probably defensive player of the year. I don't see anybody else that's going to take that from him based on his season. So either way, it's a win for him.
Yeah.
I got you, Dolph. Bengals, man. I know it's a sad part of the season, man, but what do they do today to show a victory against Cleveland?
I think the Browns get them today, and just to watch this game. Why are we watching this game? You guys already spoke of it. Can Myles Garrett get the victory today for Cleveland offensively? This is the last audition for Shedeur Sanders for this season. He needs a strong game, because there's a chance that Kevin Stefanski may not be back as the head coach of the Browns next season. So, as I say, auditioning. You are now auditioning for possibly a new head coach in Cleveland or going somewhere else in the National Football League. So today matters, man. Today matters.
Yeah.
Cowboy, your thoughts on Bengals and Browns?
Yeah, man. I mean, the Bengals are on this 3-game win streak. But is it the Bengals or the Browns? No, the Bengals. The thing is, will Myles Garrett get that record? That's going to be the thing. And will Shedeur allow him to get it? So, like Dolph was saying earlier, these are actually auditions for going on to the next season. With Stephen Smith. I know his name. Moving on. Will Shedeur still be there? Now, everybody knows the feud between Shedeur and the Browns and why they think that it had happened. And I didn't know this, but I mean, somebody's wife is now the the wife of the coach of the man that Dion offended some years back. So that could have a play in it. Will Shedeur still be with the Browns? Either way, the big picture is, will the Bengals lay down, or will the Bengals step it up to play to get Myles Garrett his sack, which is going to put some extra money in his pocket, right? And you look at the deal that he signed earlier this season. That is a hefty deal, and to turn around and give him that record money too, you talking about one of the biggest purses probably ever in NFL NFL talk, right? But I see the Browns actually giving the Bengals a play here in this game, not to save Stefanski his job, but just so that Shedeur can get a better look. And I actually think that that he will do it. And I think the Browns will pull this game off.
I got you. I'm going with the Bengals to win this one. I don't think it'll be close, but also I hate to be that dude. I don't think Miles Garrett get the record, man. He had 3 games to get it. Teams are game planning heavily against Miles Garrett, and they don't want to be that team, I guess, that gives it a sack record, even though it kind of hurts their offense. You know, they say we'd rather have our offense be hurt, a la that Steelers game. Steelers were having 2 and 3 guys chipping and blocking, and it hurt their offense because they couldn't get anyone out there to get open. So I can see the Bengals maybe doing that, but the Bengals are more of a free-spirited offense, so there is a better chance, and they have nothing to lose. As the Steelers had everything to lose by losing that game, so there could be a possibility. But I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I don't really see it. We'll find out. Though. I hope he does get it though.
It comes down to coaching too. Maybe they need to move them around, move them inside. Stop having them line up at the same spot the entire game. So it comes down to coaching too. You know, if you want, hey, we ain't going nowhere. We got a generational talent who has a chance to make history. I'm gonna do if I'm the defensive coordinator today, I'm gonna do everything I can to help him get that record. I'm running stunts and everything. I'm trying to get him free. He getting that record today. Yeah. And by the way, he playing Shadul. Y'all know what Shadul like to do. Shadul like to run around, turn his back, flip around and shit. Go ahead. He gonna get caught today though.
That's why I think it's going to be kind of hard for him to get it because Shadul get on the bike and take off on him.
Yeah, Shadul don't know when to put the kickstand down on the bike though.
Hey, so for those who don't know, y'all, the AFC, the NFC number 1 seed has been clinched by Seattle. That was obvious from last night, but the AFC still has a lot of determining factors for the number 1 seed. Even the Houston Texans are still somewhat at play for the number 1 seed. It's crazy how it's going on, but obviously the Texans are here to play for the AFC South division between them and the Jaguars, but they have to take on a coach team. Show some love to Phillip Rivers. He's done for this season, and I'm pretty sure for the rest of his career. But shout out to Phillip Rivers, the coach who started Riley Leonard today.
Maybe he's done.
Maybe he's gone. Maybe we don't know yet. I don't know. He might come back for a full season next year, be the backup.
He still got that pension,
right?
Yeah, but you never know. Or start because Dan Jones will be starting for a while with this coach team with that Achilles injury. So you never know how that goes. Yeah. But nonetheless, though, Texas got a lot to play for in this game. A division is up for grabs. Look, the Jaguars have an easy task against the Titans, but you just never know. That's why you got to play this game. And Houston is one of those teams that are coming in hot right now. Not necessarily offensively, but for sure defensively. They have a championship defense right there. What do you see about Houston in this game, man, and for the foreseeable future? Let's go start with you, Jeremy.
I mean, first of all, Houston wins this game. Riley Leonard starting. I mean, it'll be good for him. Get some reps in there. I don't see him winning this game, but that Texans defense, man, like what can you say? Will Anderson Jr., Derek Stingley Jr., like it's just filthy. We talk about this week in and week out, and every week I just continue to be more and more impressed with that defense. They're going to make life very difficult for the Colts. I am very motivated in this game as far as a Bills fan because I want James Cook to win the rushing title this year. Right now he's running the league, so I need Jonathan Taylor to be, contained. Because right now that's his biggest threat to not win that. I don't think that Cook loses it, but hey, anything happens on Sunday. But yeah, for Houston, I feel like this is a motivating game. They know they got to win it. I feel like it's a tune-up for them to get into the playoffs and kind of get themselves straight. I don't think they're going to win their division just based on all the other factors at play, but they're going to win this game. And damn, that defense is just so filthy. They can stop anybody at any time and make you just create mistakes on yourself when you think you got the game in control. So,
hey, Cowboy, how far can Houston actually go in the playoffs? What's their ceiling?
Yeah, I think the only thing that can stop Houston right now is Houston. I mean, you talk about an 8-game win streak. Like Seattle, man, they have to get in their own way to fall to this division title. And I mean, they're going to have to work to stop Taylor, Jonathan Taylor, the Colts running back, because he's on the verge of breaking a seasonal record too for himself, because him and James Cook are battling for the rushing title. So they're going to have their hands full, but I don't think it'll be close. I think Texas is going to pull this off. Like I said, it won't be close, and I got the Texans running away with this thing.
Got your Dolph.
I'm going with the Texans in this one. But one thing that I want to look at in today's game, and of course I'll definitely be paying attention next week in the wild card round, is when CJ Stroud is facing man coverage, he has thrown 13 touchdowns and just one intercept. He gets in trouble with teams play zone. When teams play zone, he has thrown 5 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. So CJ Stroud, man, to me, he's the catalyst. The running game, they have a running game again. We know they have the big play receiver in Nico Collins, and you have that safety valve and Schultz, the tight end. It comes down to CJ Stroud, man. Like I said, he hasn't quite gotten back to that rookie year status that the way he performed. But listen, every year since this young man has been there, the Texans have been in the playoffs. So he's a winner. The head coach is a winner. And Riley Leonard, man, he's in a tough position today against the Texans, man. And that pass rush, look for the Texans at home, man, to close out strong and finish 12-5. And unfortunately for the coach, a season that started out so promising, man, has ended like this after just major injuries, man. Daniel Jones goes down, and it seemed after that, man, it was downhill after that. And let me ask you guys a question. Will Anthony Richardson be back with the coach next year? And if not, would he be one of the most sought after free agent quarterbacks?
No and no. No, I was about to say, I mean, AR, you hate to see it because it's so much raw talent.
Yeah.
But when that is cool when you first get into the league, how can we mold you into what we want? But once you've already been in the league 3-4 years now, that other team isn't going to want to do that. You know, they're not. Like his drafted team, the Colts, were willing to do that. But as far as anybody else, they are not going to want to try and mold this kid. And, you know, this kid, I mean, he's getting hurt with freaking rubber bands. Like, come on, man. Like, all right, bro.
And
like he was given every opportunity to do what he had to do, and he just. I mean, we saw when he was running on a second down, and he took himself out in the game for no damn reason because he was tired. Like, wait, that kind of stuff. People look at that and say, you know what? We don't want him as our franchise quarterback. Hell no, that's why the coach turned on so quick.
Yeah,
that's going to be hard for him to let down. But let me also ask you guys this, and everyone in the chat: did the coach organization fail this kid?
I mean, like Carlos said, he was given every opportunity to succeed. Right? I mean, you talking about one of the star running backs in the league. You talking about 2 great receivers, and he still couldn't get it done. And one thing that you hate to see a quarterback, the guy who's supposed to be the captain of your team, the driver of your team, give up on national TV. You don't want to see that. And quite frankly, that's the only reason why he's still here with the Colts, because nobody else wanted him. Like I said, I had high hopes for this kid. He has nice size, has a nice arm. He just didn't get the job done. And I don't see him being back with the Colts next year. I think they're going to release him unless somebody picks him up, put him on a practice squad or something. He'd probably be done in the NFL. I hate it for the kid.
Ooh, dang.
I don't know about that.
No, what it reminds me of? Patrick Willis. Not Willis, the kid in Green Bay.
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis.
Don't do that. No, don't do that.
No. Hold on. No. I'm talking about at the same scenario. When Malik Willis was leaving Tennessee, he was not thought of as he is right now. Everything turned around for him when he went to Green Bay. I'm just saying the right situation matters, though, bro. We know.
Did Malik get hurt though?
The right situation matters, though. That's all I'm saying.
Malik had injuries that hurt him. It's a totally different situation.
Okay. What we're saying is, like, Malik, we saw the people around him as well. The team wasn't built around him. Okay. You know, they had no one there. So the performance of there was like, you couldn't tell, because at that time, and even right now, even with Cam Ward, there are no weapons over there. Yeah. I mean, their youngest are getting PJ. Their weapons are getting better now as this year goes on. But when Willis was there, and Mayo boy, what's his name? The one that had the Mayo commercials. that he was competing with, the quarterback, whatever his name is. I forgot already. But
Tannehill.
No, not Tannehill.
No,
the other guy.
no. Who the hell am I thinking of? Oh,
yeah.
man. That's how bad it is.
That's how bad it is. I'm saying, like those guys, they had no weapons over there, so then it's not surprising when Malik Willis.
Will Levis.
Hey,
that's it.
Mayo boy, he had Mayo commercials. The man has commercials. Yeah, that's all I remember him for the Mayo.
That's where he's got his money at now.
Yeah, that's right. Get your deal, baby. He has an NIL deal in the NFL. It's crazy, right? So, but no, Malik Willis had no weapons. This team was trash all the way. So it's not coincidence when he goes to Green Bay. There's weapons. There's a system. There's a culture that they got already in Green Bay, and it's no coincidence that he. As a starter in Green Bay, 4 games now? He's 3-1, and he played very well in the loss too. So it's no coincidence. But as far as AR goes, he was given chances, and I don't even think it's necessarily the game film and the tape. I think it's what we don't see: the practices, the studying the tapes, that kind of stuff. Is he below average in that? And honestly, he was one of those guys where the media sprinkled him as, he could be the Josh Allen of the draft, that guy that we don't think about. And the Colts ate all that up. They saw his raw potential. They saw his arm strength, his speed, and they thought, this could be Cam Newton 2.0, or this could be whatever they're thinking of. And it was not. It was not. Yeah. Sometimes, it's. I even saw his college tape, and I was like, "Why is this kid even go back to school, brother? You need one more. You need one more year in college, dog." And the Colts jumped on that gun. So it's the Colts' fault in general with it all. From standpoint, it's their fault. But regardless, somebody get this kid. He had the talent around him. There was talent. You got Jonathan Taylor. You know what I'm saying? You got some good receivers over there. You had a decent defense around you. It was on you, and they couldn't get done. I think the Stars, no matter what you say, though, dog, when you give up on a play. On your team.
That's what it is, bro.
That's what it's like. That's your mentality. You're like, because we had never seen that ever. Huh? No. Raise your hands. In the NFL, hell, college, I've never seen someone on second down run and tell, hey, I need a break. As your quarterback, it's third down. We need you in this play to get a first down. What are you doing? We have never seen that. And the mentality is like, nothing's given to you right now. You got to earn it, bro. And he didn't want to earn it. He thought, I'm the quarterback. I could do that kind of stuff. And that your teammates look at you and say, we don't want that as our leader. You know, so he messed himself up. I mean, I hope the best for him, but you gotta want it more than we want it for you. And then he's going around, hitting his eye with rubber bands and stuff, and now he's out for the year.
I mean, but you gotta wonder, did all this sink in, right? Did all this sink in after this? Because the reality of it is, he's gonna end up maybe at best a backup somewhere, right? Like, I think there's always a place for a guy like that as a backup, right? Like, he's got raw talent. Like, I'll be honest, would I take him over Mitch Trubisky? Yeah, I would. Same as I would take Trey Lance in a heartbeat. Like, give me those guys, because if nothing else, they can scramble, they can make plays with their feet. Mr. Trubisky is going to do that for you, right? But I mean, that's why I just hope Allen never gets hurt. The Colts didn't fail him; he failed him. Like, period. End of story. Malik Willis was never in a good situation. The Titans never gave him an opportunity to succeed. He never even got a chance there, for that matter. So his story is just a lot different. And when you look at him in college, what he was doing at Liberty, he was just lighting it up. And that just translated. And I agree. I mean, you look at the college tape, like, I like AR-15 is raw talent, but is a true quarterback, man, a lot to learn still. And maybe after this year, he's learned something, but he's going to have to prove himself now. He's going to have to go somewhere else if someone's even willing to take a chance and earn that back. And that is really hard to do. It's like they say, you only get one chance to make a first impression. And he made his impression. And now you got 32 teams that maybe would consider taking a chance on you, but you got to earn it now at this point. So I feel bad for the kid, but he did it to himself.
I know us three, myself, Cowboy, and Jammer probably saying, hell no about you, Dolph. Would you give him a chance if you were in need of a backup quarterback or even a third string quarterback to probably put on the practice squad? Would you look at him?
Yes. Have you seen some of the backups and third string quarterbacks in this league?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm Mr. Trubisky. I'm like, what the hell?
You see some of the starters.
Hey, but at the same time, now we got a not as deeper draft, but we do have some good quarterbacks coming out of the draft that I don't think will ever do what AR did. I just don't see it. And,
my thing is this,
and I say he may not be done.
To hold that against this kid, though.
But you have to.
Hold on. Now we all have done things in our life that we got the second chance for worse than what he did. Now I understand from an NFL standpoint, a football standpoint, being the quarterback, the leader of the team, the face of the franchise, you can't do that.
Yeah.
But what I'm asking, so you guys are saying he can never ever come back from that. He can never ever overcome that.
I'll say this.
We're saying he can, but we're also saying we don't think he has the mentality to do that.
Okay.
Right.
He can. Anyone can. It's on him.
Yeah.
In reality, it's on him. But from what we're seeing, what we're hearing, and what we're noticing is he don't really want it like that.
No,
it's on him. We think he can. He does have the absolute talent to do that. But his character trait, his personality right now that we know of, does he want to? I'm sorry, a rubber hit my eye. I don't care. I'm just being real. I'm not gonna. No. He's been passed over now for multiple. They chose a 44-year-old grandpa off the street, man.
I mean,
there you go. There you go.
That's why the writing's on the wall for me.
Look, at the same time too.
Daniel Jones got in. He chose the Colts because he knew the situation.
He could beat him out.
He could beat. I could beat that kid out. You know what I'm saying?
And good on him.
And honestly, I think AR, the battle. They literally just say, "Yep, Daniel Jones, our guy." They didn't go around and say, "Man, this is our future. We got to try him out." No, they saw it in practice. They saw it in the film session. They saw it goes inside the inside the building. They said, "Man, Daniel Jones is light years ahead of this kid. We got to put Daniel Jones."
Well, and look what happened when Daniel Jones came in. You got a guy that's coming in not knowing that system. And he takes that team and basically at that time had them as like number one seed going in the playoffs until it unfortunately got hurt, right? AR has been there for years. It hasn't done anything with that. So
hey, look, and thing too, like Carlos just said, you brought in a 44-year-old kid. I'm gonna say kid, 44-year-old guy in off the street.
A man.
He actually performed better than AR did. Now I'm gonna go back on what I said. Right, he might not be done in the NFL. I think he is. But if he has a chance, I can see him going to a team who are in the same position as the Colts, are having quarterback debacles, right? Like the Jets, But he would have to be a second or third string, or even a good look. I really don't think he honestly have a shot at becoming another starting quarterback. I mean, because
not easily.
Like when he gave up on the team, right? He goes to the sideline. Like Carlos said, there are going to be people around him. They're going to try to build him up, right? When I was coaching, I had this kid, man, that gave up. I'm talking about ball play, every play. But at the same time, I still stuck him out there. And he, when I finally laid into him, every play he was crying. He was crying. But he went out there and he still performed. It did his job, right? Now, you talk about a little kid. Now, you talking about a guy that's making millions of dollars, or supposedly on his way to making millions of dollars, with the franchise in his hands. You do not want your quarterback doing that. You want him to already have that mentality saying, okay, I'm finna own this thing. This is my team. You don't have to go in and coaching the guy up saying, okay, first you already got to develop him physically, learn the plays, learn defenses, and now you got to work on his mentality too. That's easier said than done. That means you got to spend extra money, put this man through classes to teach him not to give up. That you don't want to do. I mean, look at what happened to Justin Fields when he was in Chicago. That man made one statement, and it killed his career. And look where he's at now, trying to battle for a starting position. And that's what you don't want to have to go through. You're talking about you're investing your entire team on a quarterback. You don't want to put yourself through that. I hate it for the kid. I really do. Like Carlos said, you saw the potential in college. Maybe if he had stayed, had it worked out better for him. But he got brought to the stage. Yeah, I mean, it's a short learning curve. You got brought from the draft to the front of millions on the NFL stage. It's time to perform. Not only do you have to own your job, you got to bring a franchise up that's not doing so well, and you got to own it.
I got that last question, and we're gonna move on. Is he a bigger bust than Jamarcus Russell?
No.
No. Easiest question we're gonna have today.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
When they were giving that man blank
Absolutely
CDs,
not.
they get that man blank CDs and said, "Come back with what you saw on a CD," and he made up some shit.
Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not.
It don't get no worse than that, man. This dude
Right.
there, he was purple stuff.
I can only imagine how the coaches and the GMs and everybody was sitting there looking at him like,
Yeah.
is this really what the hell we invested in?
Right.
If I need my money back.
Yeah. Now, you know, what would probably have saved him if during that moment he was giving up, if he had said, "Hey, man, my elbow is hurt.
Yeah.
Or my wrist is hurt.
My rib or something. No,
Something. Claim you hurt or something."
Yeah.
But when you hit your helmet like that, that's not saying that I'm hurt. That's not saying I'm hurt. You know, when you hurt, you lay down on the field and say, "Hey, man, I know." But this man tapped his head and said, "Hey, man, no, I can't go no more."
Gotta pull some soccer stuff. Just fall on the ground, start rolling around.
Something.
I'm gonna say this, and we'll dip out. Like, the NFL stands for not for long. There's a reason why the average span of the NFL players 2.5 to 3 years. For every Tom Brady, there's a bunch of ARs out there. So it's just how it goes, man. It's just how it goes. We'll see. Rooting for the kid. I hope all works out for him. Maybe next year, the year after that, someone can take a chance on the kid and see him out in training camp. Right? That's why you have training camp. You come and get guys, and we'll see what happens, man. Yeah. Let's keep moving on, man.
Before you go on, Carlos,
yes, sir.
Before you go on, I got to tap out. So my.
Oh man, you
wow.
I got to tap
out right here. Oh man, hey, man,
Cowboy, you got to fix that injury. Be like, oh man.
You will not be seeing Cowboy anymore. He's cut. He quit on.
Hey guys, I appreciate you all having fun as usual, man. It's been a blast. Let's go home and get ready for this. Get ready for this rivalry, man. Best rivalry in NFL football, man. And I'll be ready to come back and talk about it after the game. But if I won't be streaming it myself, but you guys probably will. I don't know, but I'll be back. I mean, I got to dip out for about 45 minutes, maybe an hour.
Yeah, and, just jump on with me. I'll be on.
I appreciate you guys having me on. All right.
All right.
Oh,
all right, let's keep getting into y'all. All right, Cowboys. I had us talking about the damn AR for 30 minutes, and then he want to dip out now. Oh man, come on, man. Is he recover from the juice? I think he is. I hope so. I don't know, man. He's on that purple stuff. Long as I played him side to side.
And what's frustrating about it was he was so gifted, bro.
Oh, he was
crazy gifted.
90-something yards from your knee.
From the knee.
Absolutely
crazy work. But you know, the Raiders.
I mean, you had to take them. You had to take them. Like, I don't blame for taking them.
Listen, no one knew what turned out was going to turn out like that.
Right.
Everybody else was like, "Thank God it wasn't us."
Yeah,
he's the main reason why though they stopped giving that hell of money to them first round quarterbacks now.
I have $100 on Raiders to win Super Bowl. Pays $2,300.
Ain't worth it, brother.
Nope.
Ain't worth it, man. To win the Super Bowl, it not even go there, but to win it, ain't worth it. But about to lose $100. John Harbaugh, and the same offensive coordinator. Go ahead, keep your money, man. Hey, Jaguars got a better chance than the Ravens, and they take on the Titans today, you guys. Jaguars would have win, and I do apologize. The Texans have no shot at the number 1 seed overall, but they still have a chance at the AFC South title. But the Jaguars take on the Titans with a win today. Jacksonville will be the AFC South champions. But did we see the division being pretty much this good towards the end? Toward the Jaguars, the Colts at one point were the best team in the NFL, and then you had the Texans now that are won like 8 in a row, which is going crazy, man. This Jaguars team, what do you see their makeup in the playoffs, Dolph?
I see them as a team that can make the AFC championship. They got a running game, they got receivers, and they got a defense. And most importantly, Trevor Lawrence is now starting to play good football. Lincoln is getting Trevor Lawrence to play good football. He has gotten Trevor Lawrence to play good football the majority of the season. And listen, we got to remember the last several weeks when we're talking about this Jaguars offense, how many times have we mentioned Brian Thomas' name? Not much.
Nope. A lot.
Not a lot. And of course, that big trade that they did at the trade deadline, that has paid significance, man. Trevor Etienne just being a beast with the ball in his hand, do it all. So I believe that the Jaguars are a very serious contender, man, to make it as far as the AFC Championship game. I like their makeup.
I don't know if they make the AFC Championship game, but I can't disagree with you, Dolph. I mean, they're a very complete team, and I think the two missing pieces they've had, I think the past couple of years, is ETN being as consistent as he's been. And I think when they traded Bigsby, I think that was huge for him. I think that was the moment they're like, hey, we really believe in you. Like, you've got to step up your game. And he's shown that game after game. And I agree with you with the Trevor Lawrence thing. I don't like the kid. I never liked him. Just not a fan of him personally. But
Sunshine.
The game. But man,
hate the man because he's beautiful, man. Because he's a beautiful man.
I mean, I'm a little jealous of the hair. Let's just be honest here. I don't have much of it, so I'm follically challenged. She is not. So there's that. But yeah, he's killing it. He looks great lately. And like you said, we haven't even talked about Brian Thomas Jr. like at all. Like, they're winning games using multiple weapons. They're making very few mistakes, which that's always the biggest thing, right? Like, you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot. And ETN's playing the way he can play, is a complete running back. And honestly, he's never going to be Bijan Robinson, but he's playing very much like a C-Mac Bijan Robinson type player right now, where he's doing it all, receiving, running, and being consistent with it. So they're going to be a dangerous team in the playoffs. The AFC is going to be a really interesting race to the AFC Championship, because there's a lot of really good teams, and anybody's going to have a shot to win that.
I think the Jaguars, they have a shot at the number 1 seed. Obviously, the Broncos and the Patriots lose and they win.
Yep.
I think the Jaguars will benefit from not having that bye week. I think they're on a roll right now, and you don't want to kind of stop that, right? Right. So I feel like obviously it's a long shot for the Patriots and the Broncos both lose this today, but so most likely the Jaguars will be playing next weekend. But I like that if I'm Jacksonville. I want to continue to play because of how hot I am as a unit. All phases of the offense, defense, and special teams. Their kicker too, Cam Little. We were talking about Brandon Aubrey all year, but Cam Little's had a fantastic year as well. Dude can kick it from 75 if he had to. I think.
Wild.
And them hosting potentially 1 or 2 games. It's also big time for Jacksonville as well. So I like this team, like Dolph said, man. The receiving unit, and like we haven't even mentioned Brian Thomas, and for good reasons, because everyone else is clicking, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. And I've always liked Trevor Lawrence. And there were a lot of rumors about Lawrence being traded, or should he? If you're Jacksonville, hell yeah, you don't get a franchise quarterback off the tree that's tough. Get this man. He's a serviceable quarterback, and now he can go from that to maybe somewhat in the elite area next year. And this will be his second time in 5 years or 4 years, whatever.
Just 26.
He locked himself in after this year, for sure.
So I'm saying, like he's a franchise. Do not lose that, because there are teams that are just here to be quote unquote relevant. The Jaguars are one of those teams. They ain't never, ever, ever in their entire life got to win the Super Bowl. They don't care. If it happens, it happens. But they're a franchise that ain't built for Super Bowl. They just want to be talked about a little bit, right? Just talk about us a little bit. And that's what the Jaguars are. You don't want to lose your only talkable person, which is Trevor Lawrence. And then after that, you're back to ground zero. So, yeah, Jaguars could be the team of destiny. But like you said, Jeremy, the entire AFC playoff is going to be crazy. I'm ready for it. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling, y'all. Packers and Vikings back to the NFC now. Quickly, Vikings will start McCarthy. And they're going to pick on a Packers team that's clinched the playoff spot for a while now. There will be no Jordan Love. Is there a Malik Willis sighting in this game? No, he's not playing either.
Nope.
So, all right, and that made sense because the spread was so long. The spread was crazy, 12 and a half. I was like, why is the spread so much? But okay. But for good reasons, though, because Malik Willis has the shoulder injury, and he is a serviceable number 2. You got to keep him for the playoffs. They're stuck at the number 7 seed. I'd say, does Green Bay have any shot? Not only in today's game, because I'm going with Minnesota, and that defense is so freaking nasty for Brian Flores, but do they have any shot in the playoffs? Because they're most likely taking on either the Eagles or the Bears. So quickly, do they have any shot in the playoffs? Go talk to you, Dolph.
Hell yeah, they got a shot. I know they lost Michael Parsons. That's still a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Love comes back. Malik Willis as the backup. They loaded at receiver. Everyone says they don't have a number one receiver. They got receivers who on game day turn into a number one receiver. Green Bay is going to be dangerous. There was no team, Jeremy just said, AFC is wide open. Same on the NFC. It is wide open. You can name any team you want. You can name the 2 teams from yesterday. Every team in this year's playoff has a major flaw. There is nobody who is 2 steps or 3 steps above anybody. To me, it's about who goes in playing the best, and it's going to come down to this old saying that we always hear. Defense wins championships. Defense, the top defense in the playoffs, I believe, leads their team to the Super Bowl title this year. So to answer your question, Green Bay most definitely has a chance to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl.
I mean, I can't disagree with Dolph, right? Green Bay's a 7 seed. Like, that's just wild to me when you look at that team. I mean, they're a complete team all around. And I think Dolph said this earlier this season. Maybe it wasn't Dolph, but I'm going to give Dolph credit for this. Maybe it was you, Carl, so I'm pretty sure it's Dolph. That defense at the beginning of the season was not built around Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons came in partway through the season. So you were never relying on him as to be the key focus of your defense. Granted, Hurts, he's gone, but it is not something that is going to be so dismantling to you that you're not going to be able to rise above that. But you look at that team, and I agree with Dolph as far as a number one receiver. You don't need a number one receiver on that team because you have 3-4 guys that can all step up at any time and just go off. Like Christian Watson, right? Like everyone's like, oh, he's not that good. He's not that good. Then it goes off for like 5 receptions for like 120 yards and 2 touchdowns, right? Like, or Dobbs. Like you have all of these players that can step up when needed and rely on. And that I think is actually the better situation to be in. That you've got guys like that. I look at my own team, right? The Bills, we don't have a true number one receiver right now. Like that is one of our biggest flaws that we have, right? We had Diggs, but we didn't have anybody else. Now it's like, we don't really have anybody at the moment to throw to. So I'd much rather be the Packers in that light than where we are as the Bills. But yeah, 7 seed, that team could take on anybody and still win that game.
And before we move on, Carlos and Jeremy, I got a question, man. Well, first, here's the question. Should the Vikings be in the market for a quarterback in the 2026 NFL draft? And here's why. When targeting Justin Jefferson this season, J.J. McCarthy or whoever's the Vikings quarterback, they have thrown 10 interceptions. And remember, 2 weeks ago, I said, don't be surprised if you start hearing rumors of Justin Jefferson wanting out Minnesota. So that's the question to you guys and everybody in the chat also.
I'm going to tell you like this. Yes and no. They're in a market for a backup quarterback that can be a starter when need be. So they'll get someone up there. You know, I'm saying someone Jacoby Brissett-ish, right? A guy that can be serviceable to a team just in case, right? We also saw that when Murray was serviceable, they said, nah, go ahead and fully recover, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because we rather Jacoby Brissett. And so the Vikings aren't going to – they're going to save face and say, you know what, we draft McCarthy. And I'm pretty sure that because McConnell is the quarterback whisperer, right? He's one of those guys. I think he wants to show that I made the right decision by getting McCarthy when I had Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold on the bench, you know. I mean, last year on the roster, I mean, and you saw those guys flourish. He's probably said, I want to create this guy, and you know how it is. Pride kicks in, so they'll be on a market for a really good backup. So don't be surprised if a big name backup player comes to them because like someone like Daniel Jones pinpointing. I want to go there because I have a chance to beat that kid out or a chance to play some games because he's injury prone or whatever. So, yeah, they're going to need that because honestly, Dolph, you're right. You keep messing around and pissing off Justin Jefferson, he going to leave. He going to leave. And kudos to him, says all the right things. He doesn't make it about
somebody in Philly.
Exactly, right? But we know about his talent. He's arguably the best receiver in the game when he has someone throwing the football. And just this year, it's not like that. Even the last, Sam Darnold came in, but before Sam Darnold, it was kind of tricky. We didn't know what was going on with their quarterback situation. They better get it right, though. They better get it right because you don't want to lose Justin Jefferson, caliber wide receiver. And, they have a championship defense. They do. They have a championship defense and no quarterback to help that out. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, they better get it right today. I mean, here's the thing. JJ needs what? 53 yards, I think. 50 something. Between 50, 60 yards to get another 1,000-yard season. He doesn't get that today. That is just I don't have words for that of what that means. So JJ has got to get him the ball. JJ's got to get the ball to JJ. A lot of JJ's going around.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're gonna go. I agree with Carlos on this. They're gonna go find themselves a good, reliable backup. Whether that's a Malik Willis, right? Malik Willis, free agent after the season. Where does he go? Does he try to be a starter? Does he go someplace where he's got that, like you talked about, Carlos? He's got that opportunity to step in. I mean, he is really, as a backup quarterback, he has put himself in a phenomenal light the past 2 seasons.
If I'm Green Bay, I'm holding on to him.
Oh, I'm paying that man because he's going to go somewhere.
For 1 or 2 years. I got to hold on to you, brother, just because Love hasn't shown any, any ways of being healthy for a full year. So.
And look what Malik Willis has done in like interim fits. Like he's come in and he's brought them back to win games. He's won games and he's not even played with that team that much.
Yeah, he's phenomenal, man. So if I'm Green Bay, I'm trying to stick with him for at least another year, man. We'll find out. Cowboys at Giants. Look, quickly, I don't know is there any major players not playing this game? Cowboys are only a -3 favorite to win this game. I know it is in New York, and last time these two teams played, it was a shootout. Via Russell Wilson throwing 450 yards passing. It tells you how long this season has been for the Giants. Jackson Dart, though, look, I finished strong, man, but I do not like what I am seeing from the Giants organization with this kid. This kid is running too much, and
it's too much,
way too much, and. Even when he came off an injury from the concussion this past game, he was still running way too much. I'm like, yo,
I got to reel that kid in.
Man, settle this kid down. Don't call so many run plays for the kid. It's starting to piss me off in a certain extent because it's almost like, well, the head coach is gone. The GM might be gone too. So it's almost like, hell with it, man. Just do what you got to do because I'm not here anyways.
I mean, they got a good running back. They got Tyrone Tracy Jr. I mean, it's not like they don't have a running game. I mean, Singletary, I think, is meh. I didn't love him in Buffalo. I still don't love the kid. But Tyrone Tracy's legit. So, it's not like there's the need to have to run him on all these plays. Like, you're risking this kid's health for the long term of your organization. Like, it's not worth it. Patriots gonna win it. Nah, I mean they've won a bunch, but hopefully not. Hopefully not this year.
You're like, yeah, nah. I don't want to see that, man.
No, I don't need to see that.
The monkey thinks Ravens are winning the Super Bowl. All right,
man,
they gotta win.
Everyone's loving the Ravens.
They gotta get in today.
Gotta get in first. They gotta get in first.
Can't win if you're not in.
Yeah, that's right, man. But no. But as far as the Giants go, I think they'll be competitive in this game. We know the Cowboys. Yeah. Do you think? I'm asking this for Dolph. Cowboys was this the most disappointing team in the NFL, or at least on the NFC side? Or can you think about somebody else?
Because of the offense that they had, defense they had this year, yes. Because the defense let this team down early in the season. Offense was humming. One of the better offenses in the NFC. They did make the mid-season trade, and you saw a little better performance out of the defense. They moved on from Diggs this week, which a lot of people saw coming. Bland, since he has come back, hasn't quite lived up to the contract that he's gotten.
Lived up to his last name, Bland.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm gonna say they one of the most disappointing teams in the league because on any given Sunday, they can beat any team that's gone into the playoffs right now. And a lot of teams in the playoffs right now will have a problem stopping that offense. So, they are definitely up there as one of the most disappointing teams.
What I don't like is I don't like wasted years. And when I say wasted years, I look at my own team, the New Orleans Saints, 2014 to 16. Wasted years. Drew Brees in his prime, right? And I feel like it's Dak Prescott in his prime right now. with that
79,
offense
79.
and can score 40 any given Sunday like the New Orleans Saints did from 14 to 16. We didn't start getting good again until Drew Brees lost a step in his arm, because all that throwing he had to do in 14, 15, and 16 to be 7-9 for 3 years straight. This is the Cowboys that got to look in the mirror like, yo, we have got to intentionally put our marbles into the defense. Because if not, you're going to just keep wasting Dak Prescott's prime years, man, because you only got so many prime years in the NFL until now you're a dink and dunk quarterback like Drew Brees became somewhere in about the 2018, 2019 season. He was still very accurate, obviously, the most accurate quarterback in NFL history, but at the same time, wasted years in your prime, you just don't want to go through that. Like, especially, I can handle a bad offense with a great defense because that can get you further than a great offense with a poor-ass defense. It's almost like wasted calories. And we said about Dak for a lot of his career, wasted calories, wasted stats. You're throwing up, you're getting 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, but you lost by 10 points when in the fourth quarter you're down by 20 and you made it to a 10-point game. That kind of stuff. So if you're a Cowboy fan, you're like, yo, we got to get the defense going on because primes, you don't want to lose that, man, in your prime. I mean, another great year for Dak Prescott for nothing.
Next thing has been the playoffs, though.
He was an MVP candidate the first 2 months of the season, and they were under 500. But he was playing that well on the offensive side, and that tells you. The same with Drew. Drew was an MVP candidate throwing 5,000 yards, in those years to have us under 500, So you got to get your stuff right, Dallas. I think Giants keep it competitive in this game. Give me Dallas to win barely. It'll be another good game, though. I think Dallas wins by 3.
I'm going with the Giants in this one.
You going to Giants?
Yeah, I think the Giants get them today.
I'm just looking at New York, and I'm like, I don't. What's your identity, man? What's your identity? And they just have none. I hope they change it for next year.
They're just trying to limp to the end of the season.
Until they get a new coach. We don't. They won't have identity to the mid part of next year.
That is true.
Mid part of the season.
That is true.
Hopefully.
All right, let's keep it going, y'all. We can quickly go through this. Jets versus Bills. How bad, Jeremy, do the Bills mollywop the Jets? They're only a 10.5-point favorite in this game.
It's gonna be like 17 plus. They're just gonna throttle the Jets today. Jets got nothing to play for. I mean, the Bills are playing. This is realistically, and I know people are like, well, it might not be the last. No, let's call it what it is. It's gonna be the last game of the Ralph. It is one of those days that's going to be filled with all kinds of crazy emotion in that stadium. And they're playing the Jets, right? What a team to end this with. 1, a division rival, and 2, the fact that we can just run it up on them. And I don't see the Bills. The Bills might hold back if we get up by enough. I could see them starting to pull guys, but you've also got guys like Cook, right? He's going for the rushing title today. There's a lot on the line for the Bills, even though
he will get in.
He should, right? Taylor, I don't think is going to beat it. That they're just going to stuff the box in that game, and Taylor's going to be shut down. But a lot for the Bills today. I see them win by 17 plus, and I hope they do.
This Jets team on defense is just paper tissue. They haven't had a single interception. There's not a single interception from an Aaron Glenn defensive-minded head coach to get 0 interceptions.
I know you like to bet, Carlos. I read something there. I think it was if you bet $100 on the opposing quarterback at the start of the season playing the Jets, and you took the winnings from every single game and reinvested in them, not throwing an interception, you'd be over $1 million. $1 million.
I read that too.
That is wild.
God, dog. It tells you
that's crazy.
That is crazy. Hey, I want to get your thoughts. I know you probably spoke about it on your show earlier, Jamie, but the 2-point conversion attempt against Philadelphia, man. What was your thoughts about that? I want to get that. We got to create content for this week 18, y'all. It's not like content. We got to create it, man.
This is one of those hindsight's 2020. Do you go for it? Do you not go for it? I would have gone. I wouldn't have gone for it. I would have gone for the extra point. And here is why. The 2 points, yes, you can win the game, and I get it. You want to try and win the game, and Allen appears to be hurt at that point in time. Here's the thing. You're 1-6, 2-point conversions on the year, so numbers aren't in your favor. It's always going to be harder. Yeah, our kicker wasn't great, so much so we released him the next day. I get that. But your job is to kick an extra point. Your job is to kick field goals. You should be able to – I don't care who you sign. If you sign somebody in the NFL as a kicker, more often than not, you should be able to rely on them to make that extra point, to get you to that next step, right, to tie the game going to overtime. The way they were playing right then and there against the Eagles – They had the Eagles on the ropes. They had what? The Eagles, I think, had 17 yards of offense, not one pass completion in the second half. Like, you had that team on the ropes. You could have taken them overtime and possibly won the game, right? Even a tie. I mean, I don't like ties. Ties are stupid in football as far as I'm concerned. But whatever. You could have gone overtime. You were probably going to win that game. You had momentum on your side. Eagles didn't have a plan to figure it out. I think McDermott, and again, this is me just assuming, right? I think McDermott was worried Allen was hurt, wanted to probably get through that game, wanted to try and just win it then and there and move on. I'm one of those people. I mean, I run a risk management team, right? So I'm going to be way more conservative. I'm going to kick the extra point. I'm going to go into overtime the way my team has been playing and put it on their shoulders to go finish that game. And any indication in the second half, the Bills should have walked away with the victory on that. So I'm pissed. We didn't. It is what it is. We got to play with the games. And at the end of the day, we're going to have to make it to, if we're going to go to the Super Bowl, we're going to have to roll through teams anyway. But man, that one sucked. It hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. They should have went for the extra point. Like you get a kicker there. His last one was blocked. I understand he had an extra point that was blocked, but the Eagles have blocked a few extra points this year. They got some guys that can.
And that's gonna happen. That's just part of the game.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Like, but to get shocked or shook, and say, "Nah, I can't trust him." Like twice. Come on, ain't gonna happen twice, right?
I'll take my chances on that over trying to make a 2-point conversion on defense like the Eagles. Like
I said, they have the Eagles on the ropes, man. And Eagles couldn't do diddly shit on offense.
No.
I'm like, what was the point? And analytics, baby, analytics, man. Yeah, those damn analytics.
That's it. That's why we're going to the NFL next year, Carlos.
Yeah. From a competitive standpoint, we have a game. The Lions and the Bears. You know, Lions want to try and play spoiler a little bit over Chicago. Chicago 3.5-point favorite at home against Detroit. Who you guys got winning this game, man? Chicago to win will be the number 2 seed. So they have a lot to fight for in this game. But I think the Lions want to play spoilers. They're one of those teams that I think the head coach Campbell will not let them just like, let's rest guys. No, he wants to play spoilers. Who do you guys have winning this game? I start with you, Dolph.
I'm going with the Lions with the upset. I think they come in roaring today, upset, disappointed, and they know they go take out all their frustration today on the Bears. Now, listen, that Bears defense, they're good. They're opportunistic as far as getting turnovers and everything. But I think the Lions close out the day strong, man.
Yeah, I'm going Lions as well. I think the Lions do come out strong. I know I'm probably weird for saying that, but because Chicago's running game, I'll tell you what, Chicago. If these two teams play their best, it's in Chicago. It's nasty. It's ugly. I think that the Lions will find a way to keep it close. But if Chicago does come with their running game and they can dominate, that's kind of what you want to do in Chicago. And if they get this win, that'll be a huge win for Chicago because they need to have home field advantage. They're one of those teams that need it, right? As far as like not just round one, but if they can host Philadelphia, you know, they want that and they need that in my opinion. Or if they can host whoever it is in the second round, they would rather that. So I'm gonna go with Detroit to be upset-minded and win this game, but won't be shocked if Chicago pulls it off. How about you, Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lions on this one. I think they're just angry, right? An angry team's a dangerous team. They're out of the playoffs. They knew they had a shot this year. I mean, that roster is incredibly ridiculous on paper. But you gotta play the game to win the game. And they're gonna come in. They're gonna be pissed, and I think they're gonna take it out on the Bears. I do think Caleb Williams and that running offense keeps this game close, but I do see the Lions winning this by 3.
We got a question that says, "What do you think of my Bears winning the Super Bowl?" About you, Dolph? What's their chances? What do they have to do to win the Super Bowl?
Do it. Rely on that running game and let Caleb Williams be special and the defense come up with timely turnovers. That's it.
About you, Jeremy?
Do what any good team does. Don't shoot yourself in the foot, right? Like that team is playing very complete football right now on both sides. It's making sure you stay on mistakes, not throwing stupid interceptions, not fumbling the ball, right? Making sure you're holding on to it. And that's what's going to make or break this year for whoever ends up in the Super Bowl and wins it. It's going to be, and like you can say this on any team, right? Who makes the least amount of mistakes? But it is going to be so razor thin when you look at everybody in the playoffs and how close they are. Everybody has some faults, but everybody has a shot. Like I'm with Dolph on this. There is no clear-cut team in this whole top to bottom race that I look at. I'm like, that's the team. that's the Patriots this year, or that's the Chiefs this year. Like that, there just is no team to me this year that's that. It is literally anybody's game that makes it into the playoffs, which is what's really going to be fun this year.
I tell you what, Kevin on F1, they got to win today. You win today, you get home field advantage until the NFC Championship if you got to face Seattle, right? You win today. Nobody in their right mind wants to play an NFL game in January in Chicago. It is nasty weather, and that is like so. They gave up 42 points to the Niners, but that was in San Francisco. It's California. It was good weather. Okay, that's fine. That same Niners team going to Chicago in January ain't putting up 42. They ain't putting up 42. We saw what Seattle did. They ain't putting up 42 in Chicago. No. I'll tell you that. The Bears need to have home field advantage at least, and hopefully the Seahawks can mess up in the divisional round or whatever. But Chicago with home field advantage, that's the start right there. You lean on that running game, and like Dolph said, let Caleb Williams be special. The man does not get sacked. He does not, which means he knows how to extend plays, be magical. And we'll see what goes on. But I like the Bears' chances of winning the Super Bowl. They got to win today, though, and secure the number 2 spot because I don't want them to have to go to Philadelphia. If Philadelphia wins the wild card matchup, that means they're probably on a roll now, in my opinion, to play at home against Chicago. So win right now against Detroit, and then you'll have home field advantage at least until the NFC Championship game, right? And that's all you can really ask of Chicago. So. We'll see, though, man. It's going to be a great playoff race.
Hit the chat right, man. Hit the chat right quick, man. Hit the chat for me. Bring up something. Whatever you pick. I see somebody in there say the Saints win, they ruin their draft position. My man, get off the narrative. That is a national media narrative, bro. It ain't about no draft position, bro. It's about finding your quarterback. Saints found their quarterback. They can give a damn about draft position, bro. That's what it all came down to. Now that they don't need the quarterback, they don't have to go into the draft, and everybody know that they have to take a quarterback, and they be forced to take a quarterback, in my opinion, who is not worthy of being selected where he's going to be selected. They're in a good spot, man. But all that draft position and people talking about why win and stuff, people always say that. Why win? Because those 53 men in there or more, counting the practice squad, who bust their ass every day, who have gone through countless hours of treatment and pain and stuff we never see when they go home to their loved ones, it matters to them. So when people say, oh, this team tanking or this team tanks, there is not a player in the NFL who's going to allow his coach, GM, I don't care who it is, to tell him, go out there and purposely try to lose a game. That is some of the most ridiculous ass shit. Excuse my language, because I get tired of hearing that. And it's brought up by national media and everything. Tanking. Nobody ain't damn tanking. These kids are getting paid, man. You're trying to put film on tape. You're not. About 98, 96% of rosters are not guaranteed to be together next season. So all these kids playing, they are putting out their resume once again for the rest of the National Football League. So the hell with draft position, man. Nah. Yeah, they going out there and try, man. Next, Carlos.
Speaking of the Bears, I want to bring this up quick. And I'm not one to care much about this because it's not going to be Allen. And May is probably, I'll say, deserving of it. He's done a fine job with the Patriots this year. I'll give him credit too. But why is it Caleb Williams doesn't get more love in the MVP voting this year?
Like, I don't know. Good question.
I get May. I understand that, right? You took that team from it was crap last year to potentially number 1 seed, right, in winning the division. But and I'm not a huge Caleb Williams fan. Let me start with that because I'm an OU guy and he left OU, so I got feelings on a lot of ways about that. But why is he not getting more love? You look at his statistics, you look what he's doing with the Bears. He is not being respected at all in that race, on any level. And I'm just kind of shocked by this. I've been trying to figure out what the reasoning is for it, and I can't understand other than, do people just not like him? Because what he's done with Chicago this year is damn impressive. And he's just, you look at the numbers and he's just not getting any respect on it. And his numbers are great.
Yeah, you just look at the stats. It's not great, but it's also not Drake May stats. It's not Matt Stafford stats. So I mean, and if you look throughout the entire NFL, there's not that many MVP candidates. No one's really standing out
Agreed with that.
this year. So yeah, I get it, Caleb Williams, but we all know that it's a lot to do with Ben Johnson's style. And Ben Johnson, say he put a lot of points on the lines, he still wants to run that football. He had that two-headed monster in Detroit, and now he's got a two-headed monster with Monangai.
True.
And so they want to run that ball, run first, play action off of it, and then it doesn't hurt to have Caleb Williams being the kind of quarterback he is that can extend plays like crazy. So the stats are good, but they're not like Drake May's stats, who I think should not win the MVP. You got to eat ass. Oh, no.
Who are you giving it to?
I'm Matt Stafford. I don't give them about his last game.
I think Stafford should win it, but I think May's going to win it.
I think Stafford should win it because of the tougher schedule he went through and the numbers he put up.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, Drake May has only beaten one team above 500, which is your Bills. It's like that.
Thanks for bringing that one up again.
The schedule is disgustingly easy.
It's terrible.
I'm not about to.
Yeah, I mean, when you get the Jets twice, you get the Dolphins twice alone.
It sounds like Brady-ish, right?
Yeah.
But Brady had already built he won the playoffs though.
So do you think Drake May wins it, or do you think Matt Stafford wins it? We know who you want to win it.
I want Matt Stafford to win, and I think Matt Stafford still wins it. Obviously, if Drake May goes off against a feisty team this week and put up another 4 tutties and whatever, they'll give to him. I hope not. I hope he doesn't win it. I hope he has a successful game, obviously. But I'm going with Stafford, though. I think just because Stafford could be on his final hurrah. Still, politics play a little bit in this too as well. And they're going to look like, you play the easy-ass schedule. These teams are – your schedule, the win percentage was 34%. That's your win percentage against the teams of currently right now that you played against all year. 34%. That is not good. That is not good at all.
And but you don't get to decide the schedule. You get what you get.
That is true, too. That is true. But I've seen that schedule. Take the Niners
a lot harder.
Twice. You played against really good teams this year so far from the NFC side of things. And I need Matt Stafford to win that. But
I got to address this, man. I just talked to you, bro. Let me talk to you again.
Come on, let's go.
Talk to you again, bro. Caleb was so bad last year. Man, do you just like hearing yourself talk, or did you watch football last year? God damn, the kid threw 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions last year. He had a QB rating of 87.8. He passed for over 3,500 yards for a 5-12 team that everybody knew had coaching problems and a little talent problem in protecting them. Ben Johnson comes in. What does he do? He solidifies the inside, the guard position. He keeps his quarterback upright. He's a offensive innovator. Everybody knows that, man. You talking about last year, here we at the end of the 2025 season, and you talking about Caleb winning the Bears won't win because he was so bad last year. And then you're talking about Drake could win it because he wasn't that bad last year. Man, stop, brother. If you go research, do real research. Stop with the BS. This ain't the show to come on here with that BS, bro. If you go be about it, bro. So I don't know who. And then you're talking about Derrick Henry for MVP. Man, stop it, man. Let's move on, bro.
All right. Quickly,
we can talk. We go at it every week if you want.
Eagles versus Commanders, man.
And I'm stamped, dude. I'm stamped.
Eagles win this one. I think close games. I think Commanders. Josh Johnson kind of makes it close a little bit. Hopefully, the Eagles dominate this one. I really want to see them dominate. They should. They beat the Commanders a couple weeks ago in Washington. They should beat them in Philadelphia pretty easily. But I saw it's on like a 3-point spread. So NFL might know something we don't know. I don't know. But your thoughts, Eagles and Commanders, Jeremy?
I mean, Eagles should win this one. I think the reason for the spread is I think the Eagles are trying to figure out where the hell their offense has gone to lately.
That's true. That's true.
I think until they figure out how to rate that ship, I think a lot of people are looking at them of like, are you going to be that team in the playoffs? Are you going to be that team that everyone's scared of? Like, scared of your defense? Yeah. Scared of your offense? Not so much at the moment, right? If I'm them, just give the ball to Saquon all day. Something right.
I got you. What about you, Dolph?
Man, Eagles, man.
Eagles easy.
Eagles easy. Eagles need this win. To me, they need they need to go into the playoffs on
a high note,
feeling good about themselves.
Agree.
So they need a really good performance today against an undermanned Commanders team. They should win this game pretty handily, man.
I agree. If there's one team that needs to go out on a hot note, it has to be Philadelphia, because right now their trajectory is probably one and done as the host team.
Yeah,
they're them and the winner of the NFC South. Those two host teams are looking at one and done spots if they don't get their stuff together real quick.
There is no way the Eagles gonna be one and done.
But I hope not. I'm just saying, but as one of those teams, they have they're one of those shots. I mean, you take it on
Super Bowl champion.
You could play up to Green Bay, Rams, 49ers, the three teams you're looking at to host. So be careful. Get your shit together right now. Cardinals and Rams 14.5-point favorites. Look, Sean McVay said we're going to start everyone. We don't give a damn about seeding. We're going to start everyone. I wonder how long they're going to last.
Yeah. Starting everyone and finishing with everyone's a different story.
Different story, right? Rams over the Cardinals for sure. I'm going with that, man. Rams can either finish 5th or 6th, depending on what they do, obviously. If
they want 5.
They want 5 bad. And I told folks, I said, I don't want to hear that crap about Sean McVay saying, oh, well, we're going to start it. No, you're starting because you want to win and be the 5th seed because you want to play either Carolina or Tampa Bay. And you want that. So I think that's why they're going to play. And I think once they get a substantial lead, they'll probably start letting guys go. Or Arizona can make it a game and keep those guys out there. And now you're running risk again.
Brissett throwing for 300 yards. He's out there gunslinging left and right, man. I love it. I'm here for it.
I got Rams in a blowout. I think Rams blow them out by 20. I'm
for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go Rams 36-16. How about you, Dolph?
Man, they pissed off about what happened to them Monday night in Atlanta. So
yeah,
I'm telling you, they win this game. Look, they came back in that game, but were unable to finish. McVay, he's upset. This team's upset. They need this game, man. They need this game, and like you said, Carlos, they want that 5 seed. And listen, no disrespect to the 5 seed. I mean, to the whoever's the number 4 seed, whoever, Carolina or Tampa Bay, but going against this Rams team, and believe it or not, that loss against the Falcons may have been a good thing for the Rams. Yeah. So I'm looking for the Rams, man, just to mollywop the Cardinals today.
Chiefs and Raiders don't even matter about that game. We'll keep it pushing, man.
There is one thing. We got a question. Pete Carroll. Does Pete Carroll come back next year for the Raiders?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I don't see that changing. Not this quick, but he's back.
They have the same type of season next year. Yeah, he'll be done next year.
Yes.
But all the decisions to bring in Gino, all the decisions he's made this season, all the people he's brought in, I'm just saying.
You're right, but you got to give it a chance too, right? Because you got to look at what he's done previously, taking some of those players and putting them in that system and then bringing them in, right? Like you got to give that a chance to see if it's going to work. Didn't work, so I think he gets another year. But I think if going into next year and halfway through the next year, they're performing like they are now, I would not be surprised to see him out.
Okay.
All right, Dolphins and Patriots. Dolphins have a slight chance. They could be upset-minded in New England, but
I mean, go Dolphins.
Yeah, go Dolphins, right? I'm going New England to win this game. They're going to start Quinn Ewers, who had a good game against the Buccaneers, but I don't see the Dolphins keeping up with them. Your thoughts about this, Jeremy?
No. I mean, A-Chain's the only guy that's going to be able to keep this game close for the Dolphins, if anything. I mean, Quinn Ewers has looked good. It's going to be interesting to me as a Bills fan to see what happens next year with that quarterback room with Tua and where he ends up and how that goes. Everyone's like, well, he's going to be gone. I don't think he's gone because I don't think anybody wants that contract. And with his health concerns, nobody's willing to take that. So I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. I think McDaniel will be back. I wouldn't be sad if they got rid of him. I honestly I don't particularly love him as a head coach, but I wouldn't mind taking him as an offensive coordinator. I think he's got a lot of good ideas. I think he's actually a decent coach in that respect. But this is Patriots all day, and I hate to say that. I hate to say it for either team, but especially the Patriots.
All right, we pretty much have our game of the week, man. The Chargers and Broncos. I wouldn't call it game of the week, but
no, Trey Lance is starting. There's no game of the week there.
Trey Lance.
But I like Trey Lance.
Trey Lance is going to show folks why. Nah, lie. No, you're not.
You know what? But what if he did? What if he? Let's just say
it's okay. Let's go on and say that.
Devil's advocate. Let's just say Trey Lance comes in and lights it up all of a sudden. Does that do anything for him? I mean, granted, there were such high hopes for him with San Francisco leveraging the franchise on them, and I think it was last week's show. It was like, man, thank God Brock Purdy worked out for them, because if not, they'd still be paying the piper on that one for years to come. But man, I always like Trey Lance. I still think he always had potential. He's not AR-15, right? Because I think he's more polished in a lot of ways, but he still has such raw ability that I think they could do a lot of crazy things with him in that offense if given the opportunity. So Chargers could be an interesting game. I don't think it's the game of the week, but I think it's going to be an interesting game just because I want to see what he does with a full game.
Like you said, Dolph, this is an audition for 31 of the teams right here.
Yeah, it's an audition.
For sure.
That's what it is.
I'm going with the Broncos to win this one easily. Broncos win this one. They're trying to fight for that number 1 seed, so they got a lot to fight for.
And I hope they get the number 1 seed. I do. I don't want it to be the Patriots, so there's that.
Yeah. I think Trey Lance is going to run for his damn life in this game, man. I hope he can do something good with it, man. The Chargers are just stuck where they're stuck at. They don't give a damn. They don't care. They're like, look, we in it. Let's get healthy and let's get ready for the wild card round. So I'm going with the Denver Broncos to win this one. Here's your game of the week for real now. All right, last one on the docket, man. We have Sunday Night Football this week, game 282 of the NFL season, and a good one. Winner takes all, loser is out of there. So the winner of this AFC North matchup will be AFC North champions between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lamar Jackson is going to return and be the starting quarterback. And, of course, A-R-R-R, whatever the name is, A-Ron. A-Ron. Yeah, A-Ron. I messed all that up. A-Ron Rodgers is going to be without DK Metcalf yet again. Who wins this game? The floor is yours, Dolph. Ravens, Steelers, who will represent the AFC North in the playoffs?
My God, man, could we see the end of an era in Pittsburgh with no DK Metcalf? What happened last week against Cleveland? Lamar Jackson coming back. I believe today Mike Tomlin will coach his last game as head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He will finish as the only, and mock me if I'm wrong, if he never coaches again, he will finish as the only coach in the history of the National Football League never to have a losing season. A lot of people want to poo-poo on that and everything. A lot of national media say, well, that's one of the most overrated stats there is. Why? Because it's Mike Tomlin? Because he's not a coach. He's a no BS coach. He's not a coach that kisses your rear end. That is hard to do. And let's be frank about it. He hasn't always had the best rosters in Pittsburgh. The man won with Kenneth Pickett and Mason Rudolph. So again, I just think that today, man, I'm going with the Ravens, man. I think an end of an era comes in. Without a doubt, Mike Tomlin would be the hottest commodity on the free agent market, player or coaches.
Let's get it in. I'm going with the Steelers. Ooh. I'm going with Pittsburgh to win this game. It feels like all the chips are against him, but I like TJ Watt coming back. He said he's healthy. I like Calvin Austin coming in as a receiver for Pittsburgh. I think Aaron Rodgers was built for this kind of moment. If you put any other quarterback, the Mason Rudolphs of the world, whoever they had before Mason Rudolph in this game, I will go easily Ravens, but I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to lead this team to a victory. And I'm going to tell you this, I'm going to tell you right now, I think Pittsburgh wins via the running game. Run it down Baltimore's throat, time possession, make it ugly, and they're going to find a way to shut down Derrick Henry because Lamar Jackson's back, and for some reason Lamar's there. They don't like to run the football. I feel like it's one of those games. This is a playoff game, obviously, a playoff de facto game. And in these moments, can Lamar Jackson rise to the occasion? I don't see it. I'm not saying Lamar is done, but I feel like his best years are now behind him, and I'm going to keep that real. And I think Pittsburgh, even without DK Metcalf, they will slow this game down, grind it out. I'm going with Pittsburgh to win a nasty, ugly game. 20-17. Pittsburgh will be your AFC North champions. What about you, Jeremy?
All right.
Wow. Man, so I go back and forth on this one. I think both coaches right now are playing for the jobs. I think both teams need to win this game for their coaches. I think Harbaugh, if they lose, has the potential to be out. I do think if the Steelers lose, I'm with Dolph on this. I almost think 100% Tomlin's gone. I think he's been on the hot seat for quite some time, right? He is a good quarterback good coach, but also an average coach at a lot of times, right? Like, it's great you get into the playoffs, but you got to get beyond just getting in the playoffs every year. Like, I even look at McDermott, same thing, right? Like, right now, look at him as, could he be on the hot seat depending on what happens to the Bills? If we lose in the first round, right, is he gone? I agree with you, Carlos. Aaron Rodgers was built for this, and I want to pick the Ravens. Let me start with that, because I want the Ravens to win this game. I don't want the Steelers to win this game because I don't particularly care for Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a good quarterback, but not my favorite quarterback. And honestly, there's a part of me that wants Mike Tomlin to be gone from the Steelers, and not because I dislike Mike Tomlin, not because I dislike the Steelers, but because I just want, is having a best friend who's a Steelers fan. I want more for them. I want them to be able to really flourish if that's the case. And I feel like Mike Tomlin we're far past that point, right? But I think Aaron Rodgers is going to pull this out. Aaron Rodgers is one of those quarterbacks. He's part of he's the kind of end of an era of quarterbacks, right? Like, you see those, I feel like, as we grow up, right? As we all get older, right? We got those quarterbacks that you like grow up with. Aaron Rodgers for me is one of those guys. I feel like we're kind of at the end of that, you know? But I think he's not done yet. He finds a way to win. He finds a way to just do the things you don't think he's going to be able to do. When the chips are stacked against him, like you said, Carlos, he finds a way to win. And I don't think the Ravens have that in Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. I really do. Thank you. I mean, Steel City 8-4. Look, I get it. I've watched him for years coaching that team, and I think he's a talented guy. And I love the fact that he's a man's coach. Like, he's not going to baby you, like Dolph said. He's not going to sit there and kiss your butt. He's going to tell you how it is, like it or hate it. But I think there's a level of respect amongst his players and other coaches in the NFL of what he does with that team. And he has had some very mediocre teams, and he finds a way to win. But it goes beyond winning. It goes beyond taking it to that next level, and he hasn't done that. And I think Aaron Rodgers had a chance to come back from his lost season with the Jets and step into the Steelers and make a difference. And I think this putting him on this stage at this point for everything that's, the next step, he's gonna come out and he's gonna win. It is gonna be an ugly game though. I'm gonna go 24-17 Steelers.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Y'all know the Rooney family. The Rooney family is not going to fire this man. I'm just coming.
No, it'll be mutual agreement.
No, they're not going to do that. No, he will be here next year. He will be here.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, he would. We heard this talk forever now. The man, especially if he wins today. Now, he loses, there could be a slight chance. If the Steelers do win the game,
100%.
But even in that though, like he's one of those coaches. He's getting picked up 1 minute after he's fired or let go. Sure. He's getting picked up ASAP. Why would you let someone like that go? Like, what's his name? Sean Payton. Hey, I want to take a year off to change my. Wait. Well, in this contract,
just having a winning record good enough? Does that constitute keeping him around?
When was the last time he had an elite team, which was with AB and Ben Roethlisberger, the Killer Bees, right?
Agreed.
They were 12-4, but you had Tom Brady was there, and then sometimes Tom Brady just ran that. He ran it, and then you had the Chiefs. They just run it, But you keep. I wouldn't lose a good thing. Go ahead, dog. Go ahead. I know you got
because you got a lot. If he's an average coach, give me an average coach that hasn't had a losing season, has won AFC North championships, has won a Super Bowl. There are so-called above average or offensive-minded coaches who haven't come close to doing anything that's on this man's resume. As Carlos said, if he decides to walk away from Pittsburgh, if they agree to part ways, he will not be on the street one single minute before his agent phone is blowing up with teams in need of a head coach calling to get him in there. It is not. And Pittsburgh, be careful. Y'all, you say, I understand y'all frustration, but man, y'all are going into the last game of the season with an opportunity to win the division and advance to the playoff. Be careful what you ask for, because if he leaves, I guarantee you the next coach come in, y'all won't be in this position. Y'all ass will be picking in the top 5 probably for the next 3-4 years. It ain't as easy as y'all think. What has happened in Pittsburgh doesn't happen everywhere else. Y'all are blessed. I understand y'all be frustrated, but you're in the fight. Every year you had the opportunity, though. You got in the dance. No, you didn't advance. One time you did. You got that ring. So I'm just saying, be careful what you're asking for, because you can be like a lot of teams around this league looking for a head coach, a franchise quarterback, and it may not work on that first hire. I'm just saying.
I will say this. I'll end with this, which is if you're the Steelers and you're going into this game, you gotta feel pretty good with Aaron Rodgers, your quarterback, and Mike Tomlin leading that team though right now. Like, you got to feel good about that going up against Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson, who Lamar I don't believe is 100%. I think he's just still hurt, and he's just playing through what he's got.
All right, Dolphins, let's get our straight baller this week, man.
Let's get it, baby.
Straight season, baby.
Last one for the season, baby. Straight ball. Carlos, give me the music. I call this show. Let's go, baby. Last one for the regular season, baby. Whoa. So, dog, who you going with your straight baller, baby? The music coming. So, as I was looking around the league, turn it up, Carlos, baby. We about to have fun going out this thing. As I scoured across the league, baby, it brought me back to the state of Ohio. Damn it, I have picked them the last several weeks, and I'm picking them on the last regular season game of the week. Doc, damn it, Incredible Hulk, you got to get it done today. Myles Garrett, you got to set the record today. Jadil Sanders will scramble into history today. Myles Garrett will straight ball today, as he will make history today by recording 23.5 sacks in a season. Myles Garrett is my straight baller of the day. Let's go, baby.
I'm going to keep it in the same division, the AFC North. Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Could this be it? We don't know. But I think he's going to give it all that he got. I'm going with 2 tutties, 200 yards passing, and a win for Pittsburgh to be an AFC North champion. Aaron Rodgers is my straight all-in player of the week. What you, Jeremy?
Man, I gotta rep my fam right here. I'm going Tyler Shuck, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a win over the rival Atlanta Falcons today. Let's go, Saints Nation!
Who that? Oh, they want to join the one. Who you got?
Hey, man, I just can't believe it. My straight baller of the day, believe it or not, is going to come straight out of New Orleans, Mr. Tyler Shaw. I can't believe it. I'm telling you, I cannot believe it. Guys,
pick somebody else. That's the gift.
Boy, that's what we fan.
Hey, man, look, watch this kid ball out today, man. Watch this kid in the pocket. Watch this kid develop himself. This is not, look, this is not, this is real, dude. This is not nothing to get on nobody's good side or nothing like that. But watch this kid, man. Our defense is going to show up, but watch this kid in the pocket develop himself. This guy, if the New Orleans does what they need to do with him, this kid is the future of New Orleans. We better watch out. Jaden had just got competitive.
He already
I ain't trying to hit none of that cowboy, man. He just trying to jinx everybody.
I should change my straight ball to the B. John.
I know, right?
All right,
hey, man, you have to make it interesting, man. You got to make it interesting.
Definitely. Listen, family, we about to get on out of here. We thank each and every single one of you for joining us for here on Ask the NFL Terms. And listen, our season isn't over, baby. We're with you all the way through Super Bowl Sunday. As the NFL Terms, we'll be back next week. And remember, family, the doors are not open. So, fellas, what we tell them?
Come on,
in. We out. Enjoy your Sunday, fam.